It's 11 o'clock on the dot.
Yo, listen.
I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.
Just a tip.
I got a little baby.
Look at Barry go, bro.
We should start like that.
Hold up. Definitely, bro. Oh, it's over recording.
Good love. Don't keep me waiting.
Such a great track.
Just a tip, DJ podcast is your boy DJ Dez and my co-host Ricky Rico.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
And Netix.
What's going on?
We got a special guest for episode 4 right now. My man DJ Josh Lawrence is in the building with us. Josh is a local DJ for over 30 years, hailing from Daytona, Florida, now here in Orlando. He started DJing in the roller skating rink, and now he's doing huge stage over there at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
That's crazy for New Year's Eve.
Insane.
You know, I saw the videos from this year, and I'm like, it gets bigger and bigger each year you're going and doing it there. So that's pretty dope, man. So thank you for joining us on episode 4.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you, guys.
You know, sorry it was a little later than normal, but
We're night
here
people
we go.
anyways.
you know,
We're DJs, bro. These are office
You know.
hours.
Break some butterscotch.
some people.
Hey, I got my deal right here. I got my deal.
He got his Jolly Ranchers, so that's
You're
all
ready to,
that
like,
matters.
Blur out the logo on the podcast.
So,
Oh man.
But,
quick question. I know the
yeah.
green thing was on the front of the camera. It's not anymore.
yeah,
All right.
no, we're good. We're
right.
good. Yeah, no. So these are all wireless.
Yeah.
and they're gonna paste themselves, so you're good. It's gonna,
All right.
it's gonna
They're
record.
wireless tweakers. They just tweak and it's
Yeah, they're gonna be recording.
Usually I see them at the end of the at the club at the end of the night. The tweakers. But
Here you see them right when we start.
Everybody's having a Grimes camera moment right now.
Oh Lord have mercy.
oh yeah.
I just want to apologize about these cameras.
But as you guys can see,
I don't know how to do the math.
It blinked once. It blinked twice. Is that 2? Oh my God.
What does it mean?
But as y'all can see out there, that we all have headphones on right now, and Josh doesn't. He actually has IEMs, which are in-ear monitors.
Yep.
So you got custom ones made, right?
Yeah, I got them from a company here in town. There's 2 companies here in town, but I got them from Clear Tunes.
Okay.
And a while ago, I was on the fence about getting some, and then I worked on a cruise ship and went overseas, and I had some in-ears, but I couldn't use them on the ship because it just, like, whatever, I forget the exact reason, but I couldn't use them. So I stopped using them, and then I came back here, and I was like, man, I still had cans, and they kept breaking. I mean, everybody knows how that happened, especially with the Sonys back in the day, the gray ones.
Yeah.
And even the Pioneer ones, they break in the same area.
I
at the
still
same
rock
time.
Sonys, man.
Yeah, they break at the same everything. But those are the actually last ones I have. The
AIs?
AIs.
Yeah.
Those, if I was to go back to headphones, that would be the only one I'd get. But with IEMs, just the sound quality is, the first time I DJ'd with them, I was hearing sounds and songs that I never heard before, and I was like, I looked around, I'm like, what? I thought I heard people like talking behind me, but it was like the way I was like, what the hell is that? But I realized it was, I'm actually hearing the song.
Everything.
Everything.
You're hearing everything that you're not going to hear in a speaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's going down your
and there's like
ear canal.
8 drivers or whatever,
Oh, you have
on
an
what
8 driver.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I
dope.
forget which
yeah,
ones I have.
that's expensive.
You got the top of the top of
No,
the
Yeah.
those are like the Da Vinci ones. Those are like $2,600. Yeah, I'm
Da
good.
Vinci's
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah. But even as far as that, the main thing I noticed, I mean, I've been DJing a long time, and I would be driving home, and when I drive home, I don't listen to anything. It's complete quiet, just the tires on the road, and I would always hear like a ringing in my ears, and I'm like, I know that's not good. So eventually, I got in touch with a friend, Pop Rocks, because he turned me to Cleartune, and just went there, did it.
Yeah.
And that was I had no turning back after that. I will never use. I don't think I'll ever use cans again.
I got you.
Let me ask you this, Josh. So you're also a producer.
Yeah.
So there's not everybody. There's a lot of guys who just do one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Just spin. A lot of guys produce, but you're actually doing both quite actively, right? So from a production standpoint, would you say that you picked IEMs because of the fact that you have like a producer's ear now, and you like that overall sound difference because of production? Do you use IEMs when you produce music? Is it just DJing?
Long story short, like in the hurricane, I had to stay with my ex-girlfriend, but I produced with IEMs then. But other than that, I still use my monitors for when I'm at home. But the main reason I use them is for production. I want to be able to hear my music. I want to be able to, I don't want to go deaf. That would be devastating. Like never hearing music again would suck. Like really.
I was going to ask you, do you use them as reference too? Like now, I know you said before. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes every once in a while, I'll be like, all right, I'll hear stuff, but I have my system at home pretty much dialed in, and I know where I'm at. Somewhat like people mix with like Beats by Dre's, and then they wonder why there's no bass and there's some music.
Yes.
I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, I wonder why. Blues Clues.
I hate like when Beats by Dre was like the thing for every DJ. Like remember when like Beats by Dre when it first came out, like every DJ had to get the pros.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like industry standard, and I was like, the sad part is I bought these headphones the same time those Beats by Dre's came out,
and they're
still working.
Do you know the story on Beats by Dre?
Yeah.
No, how Dre stole the company?
No, I did not know about that.
Oh, you want to hear a great story?
Yes,
Let's hear
please.
it.
Oh, should I
here we
take a
go.
sip for this one?
Yes.
Salud.
So I'll try to shorten it up and try to come up. So originally, the company that made Beats by Dre was Monster from Monster Cable.
Yes.
Those people. It's the last guy's. This guy's name is Lee. Something Lee. So his son wanted to develop like a headphone, to designer like high end headphone, and they came up with the schematics, all that stuff. And his dad said, let's not go that route. Let's not do this. And so the kid behind dad's back continued the program and did all this stuff. Sketch, blueprints, everything. The whole years of development. Now they needed someone to endorse the product. Let's get Dre.
This guy had Dre on speed dial or something?
Well, yeah, probably. Who knows?
Jeez.
when you have that type of money, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So lo and behold, he gets Dre in there. Dre somehow like, hey, let's do this. We'll do this, but I'm going to write my part of the contract. So the deal was that if Dr. Dre didn't like how the company was going, don't quote me word for word, but if he didn't like the direction and how things were going, he owned the patents, the schematics, everything at that point.
Damn.
Wow.
Without him creating it,
So like they're not blueprints, but like the specs.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a word for it, but shoot me the people that probably know what the hell I'm talking about. So after I want to say it was 5 years, he said, "I don't like this." Took Beats by Dre, and that's how he owned Beats by Dre. So they took the Monster logo off the bottom of the box, and he owned Beats by Dre 100% outright, given to him. And then that's when after a few years, he made a bunch of money selling Beats by Dre because they were his brand now, 100%. And then he sold it to Apple for $5 billion. So that was a $5 billion mistake on Monster Cable.
Wow.
Jeez, I did not know that story. That's wild.
Well, you know that I think right around the time Beats by Dre, when that whole thing happened, I remember that Nick Cannon had the incredible headphones with Monster as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I wonder if that's maybe them trying to like after Dre kind of bent them over.
They were all right. They were definitely different looking, but I mean, I didn't really catch anyone to really even buy those. You know what I mean? So
that just tells you to read the contracts before you sign them.
I thought the moral
Monster
of the story
didn't.
is listen to your daddy.
that too, yeah.
He said, "Don't do it, son. Look what you did. Look what you did."
Oh, that was a big mistake on them.
Oh man.
It may have played out a little bit different, but it was that he basically got the company for free.
yeah. Well, like this weekend was Coachella. This past weekend was Coachella, and everyone
Influencer
knows
Olympics, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I got
Tell
friends.
us how you really feel, Josh.
Well,
let's get to it,
I got friends that live out there, and they're like, "Yo, can
Spicy
these
on
people
episode
leave?"
4.
Because traffic's just ridiculous every year.
It's not the fact that I joke around when I call it Influencer Olympics, but as far as the attendees, like it's, oh, look at me, look at my Instagram. Like it's similar to Miami clubbing in a way. Like you go to live, people are not there for the music. It's look at me in my bottle. Like that's why Dead Mouse and these people don't play. Like
every
some people don't
nightclub
like
in the
that.
VIP section, though.
Yeah, but people are not there for the music. They're people. Calvin Harris had a lady kicked out of Live because she reached up on the booth and it's like, Why don't you play something original? Said this to Calvin Harris.
I want to hear what she has to say. Where is she? Huh? Yeah.
Something original.
That was originally written by me. That's my song. It's a fucking shit show. Oi! Why you come to a fucking Calvin Harris show when Calvin Harris is DJing? You don't hear a fucking Calvin Harris record, you dumb fucking bitch.
Like, and that's the mentality. Don't get me wrong. These clubs are great and stuff like that. But like, I think there's a few clubs in Miami that are still there for the music. Like, be there for the show. Like, I don't want to be seen. Like, space. You go on the terrace. That's an experience. That changed my life the first time I went there. It's like, man, this is wild, but then you go to live and it's like, hi, look at my sparkler.
I mean, we live, no pun intended. We live in a generation now where every city has a influencer nightclub.
Yeah.
Every demographic has an influencer festival, right? Which is basically, like you say, Coachella. I think, that's just part of it now. They even have influencer festivals, festivals of influencers.
You got Rolling Loud.
Look at Fire Festival. Look at Fire Festival, the one that fell apart. Like that was based off of influencers. That was influencers. All the Kardashians, like they all, they got sued. I think they ended up paying people for it because
it don't take much, man. It don't take much, which leads to this next topic. Speaking of not taking much.
Not taking much what?
It depends.
Ketamine?
Where are we going?
I guess this didn't go the way that I planned.
Not at all. But, Grimes this past weekend had the most craziest technical issues that literally was just a mathematical equation.
Wait a second. I have something to say. Was it technical issues?
No.
Because we need to rephrase that, sir. Because it's one thing
it could be technical.
It's a technical situation happening.
It could be technical,
but if it's user, if the user,
I would say it's user error. Don't get me wrong.
It's user error, but that still could be technical error too, because you still have to be technically mathematically smart.
Mathematically, anybody got a calculator?
But if the user, if the user doesn't know how to use the technology, is it technical error or is it user error?
It's user error, but at the end of the day, you can't blame her. She's a producer.
Yes.
She's not. And
is she a producer? No, right.
She's a singer songwriter.
She's a hot producer.
She's been around. Everybody's like, oh, she's famous because of Elon. She's famous because of this. No, people. She was doing music way before she met.
I know her as an artist, right? I know her as a singer artist, right? I'm trying to figure out when this lady started DJing major festivals. You know what I mean? Like
people cutting her $100,000 checks. I would do it too.
So yeah, okay, all right, fine, yeah.
I'd become a male stripper for $100,000.
Are you sure? It don't take much. There's
a lot of things I do for $100K.
Is it for the night that you're gonna be one?
I told you guys that somebody on this episode had an OnlyFans.
He said for the check.
For the check.
I mean, at the end of the day,
who was it? Was it Hurricane the one that said it? For the check, that you draw the line at the check.
You draw the line at the check.
You draw the line at the check. We had a comment, and there it is, right there.
You draw the line at the check.
And I see I see people on like Facebook or IG like ripping this girl apart. And the sad part is like, yeah, she made an error, and they're sitting there. They act like they're all holier than now. Like they came out of the womb breathing greatness. Like, no, I've seen your shows fail. I've seen like issues with technical. Like I've watched a lot of it. It tends to be like the older. I'd say like the boomer generation of DJs, and I'm in that realm, but still.
Breakbeat vinyl guys.
But you're not a dinosaur. You've evolved.
You have to evolve.
We all have to. Don't take it personal, dinosaur.
Yeah, I definitely did. I felt a little targeted there. Post-traumatic episode.
When the last episode.
When I was younger, I was dead set on playing breaks, and it was like that was the only thing. Like, what is this 4-on-4? This house music sucks. Blah 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 blah. And then I just realized I was like, man, there's so much more out there, and like to me, that style of music became stagnant and it wasn't evolving. So I as a natural human, I wanted to evolve, and I got out of that. But it seems to be those people that are just really hitting really hard. And I'm not cracking on them. And I understand they are purist in the sense that they you want to keep the culture and the art the same. But you still got to be welcome. You got to welcome the new people. If you don't welcome the new people, there's people that want to be part of the scene and they go somewhere else. Like, stop. You're ruining the culture by the negativity. Like it's the worst thing in the planet to do. Stop being negative, and why don't you go out and support it? Go, hey, maybe someone, hey, come over one day and we'll do some DJ lessons with Grimes or something like that. Help the chick out. Like, dude, it's not her fault. If there's any fingers to be pointed, to be blamed, it's for the people booking the stage.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
a lot of people that were complaining on my pages were hip hop DJs. And they're like, and I'm like,
two completely different
arenas.
Two
Like,
totally-
I'm like,
it's like a go-kart and an Indy car. Like, they go straight and they have a steering wheel and four wheels, but they're totally different things.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you're not in the same realm as she is. And what does it matter to you? Like, oh, well, I've learned the craft. It's not about just learning the craft. You're not Carl Cox.
Yeah.
You're not David Guetta. You're not Calvin Harris. You're not Tiesto. Like, you are a hip hop DJ. Now, if this was something that happened at Rolling Loud or this happened anywhere else, then I can understand why you're commenting on it.
And they're not complaining about the hip hop DJs at Rolling Loud that are
terrible
train wrecks.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Hit the horn.
Yeah, I mean,
hit the horns.
bro.
Like,
If you want to complain, you learn the craft. These kids are up there with like little controllers the size of my phone, and it's like, come on, there's something to be. This girl is a producer. Like, if it's like me, like, take your hip hop guys. All right, go make me a techno song.
Yeah.
And I want you to do it flawlessly. No, it's going to take you years, dude. It's not something you learn overnight.
Yeah.
Take your time. None of us were coming out breathing greatness. That's all it is.
Well, I saw like DJs like SK83 and then Wired Sound Academy, and they talked about like what she could have done, because the CDJ 3000s do have a sync button.
Yeah.
And it has a half. It'll cut it in half. It'll double time it.
I didn't even know that until like I read it.
But it depends. But it depends though on how the track,
How you prepare it. How you prepare a record.
It's not automatic.
It's not automatic,
right.
but if the BPMs are already there. So if the
For some of the people that don't know or don't use Rekordbox, is if the same thing as similar Serato. If you don't analyze your tracks, if you don't go through them, if you don't check your beat grids, if you don't check your cue
I think
points,
what it really was all that was already there. She just didn't. It wasn't in the order that they needed.
So now back on the question,
It's preparation.
Was it a technical error? It was, again, a user error because of preparation.
It was. It was
I
still.
think she was just ill-prepared.
And this is. I'm on her side, but I still say user error. She didn't know how to do that. She could have mixed by ear, but again, that's. I'm not going to teach a DJ and they're going to mix by ear and by the end of the set,
Right.
or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It takes time, especially when you're going from like techno to. She went into drum and bass, dude. Yeah. That's fast as.
I get that. I get that. I get that. But
don't be a dinosaur.
no, I'm not. I promise y'all ragged on me in episode 3. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve here. All right, become a caveman now. Okay,
he's a hunter. He's in the hunter and gathering phase.
Me, fine.
He stepped out of the cave.
I find CDJ. Me, Ricky. Ooh, pioneer.
Sing button.
Me beat you in the head with Pioneer. Bring you to the cave.
Nice. Double BPM.
But yeah, it's. I would say it's slight user error. Technical error for me would
50-50. 50-50.
Well, technical error to me would be the like data cable coming out of the CDJ, and they're not able to compete. The CDJ just stopped. Tiesto Ultra, the mixer just stopping. That's a technical error.
Yes.
The lights. Someone unplugging a MIDI DMX cable. That's technical.
Well, last week we were talking about
Ultra.
about Ultra.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, why did, for this example of her having this issue, why didn't she just have a pre-recorded mix?
So I saw some of that, and when you guys were talking about Dead Mouse, that these people play pre-recorded sets. Why? Oh, the lights sync and everything perfectly to the music and all that stuff.
It's not always 100%.
Oh, it is 100%. But guess what? You're Dead Mouse, bro. You don't know about time coding? I love Dead Mouse. Don't get me wrong. He's the NF no given. Like he tells it how it is. Do you not know about time coding? Like you time code a whole show. Like You want the music, the video, everything, the lights. Why do you think the lights all go when it strobes?
I mean, that was my argument.
Yeah,
my argument
time
was
coding.
that you can
time
still-
code your
you can
whole
still
set,
do it
each
different
single
ways.
song on the drive,
Rather
and the
than-
CDJ will
yeah,
read that
yeah, yeah.
sends data to the console. If they're using
think it's just
a Grand MA or whatever, it's sending data to that whatever. I'm not 100%
why would her
technical on that.
production-
Also, yeah, you do not besides DJing, besides production, you also
Know a little bit about that, like little bit enough to like I can help develop like my for when I do shows and
right
stuff like that. I
for
can-
the viewers and for the listeners that don't know Josh. That's why I was like, he's speaking on what he's done before, and again, so
yeah,
it's not
I
just
know a little knowledge.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, I'm not Jesus or I'm not claiming to know everything, and I definitely don't. But there's other things you could do. Even I mean, to sync your music to visuals, mix emergency. Like there's
ways
like
around
that.
it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's ways
there's
around
of course.
it.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, all right, so 3 takes from this. These are my 3 hot takes, right? Non-dinosaur, okay? Number 1.
Cro-Magnon Day.
Number 1. As your PR team, artist relations team, whatever, right? For Grimes. Why would you accept this gig if she has no fucking idea how to DJ? Number 2.
With that,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Like,
the check.
I get the check, but at the same time, she's already rich. There's other, maybe not Coachella. Maybe I'll be ready by, I don't know, Tomorrowland or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm not, as a relations manager, forget what she says because she's going to say yes, right? She wants that PR. As a relationship, be like, hey, look, Grimes, listen to me. I know you want this. We can do the whole fake it till you make it thing. We can make this. We'll figure something out. I just don't think right now is the time in front of this for Coachella. I just don't think you're ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Let's give it until like Ultra Europe or Ultra Croatia or Japan or whatever the case is, and we'll get you right. Don't worry. We'll make you look beautiful, or we'll teach you at least enough that if this shit goes down, you're covered.
I think she had enough because she's DJ'd a few times already. She's from what I think Ish was saying, she had a few. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any.
I didn't
sets,
see
so
anything
I
prior to
see
this. Yeah,
Anything
I didn't
prior
see
to
anything prior to
this.
this.
But I think she knew enough to play music. At the end of the day, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of DJs up there just pressing play and playing
Jumping
music.
up and down.
Yeah,
Is she
jumping
supposed
up
to
and
perform
down.
again this
Yeah.
weekend?
I think so. But she's dating the guy from Afterlife too now, so she can learn to DJ. She can get. Her career is about to blow up. I think even more.
Okay, well, all right. So
Because you could go from really sucky to the best DJ in
Not
the
just
world.
that, but you have so many eyes on you now just because of
to make
this.
it to
Like,
make it better.
that's crazy that she still gets the. Well, I guess
So
she
it could
has
be
it
a
for both
publicity stunt
weekends,
too.
right?
Somebody had mentioned in one of the
Wait.
Yeah.
So you think it's a publicity? Do you
It
think
could
it's a
possibly be a
stunt?
publicity
No,
stunt.
Yeah.
why would you? I mean,
Publicly, like
at the
shame
end of the
yourself?
day, no. I
don't think so
At at an artist level, I don't think you want to shame yourself. Yeah, like
that bad.
She's not shaming herself at an artist level.
Yeah.
She's shaming herself as a DJ.
yeah, but I mean,
As an artist, she's still
person,
It's
respected
still
like
your
that,
image.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's still
because
your
right now
image.
she's viral as fuck right now.
A viral is viral AF as far as DJs, but you gotta think.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
how many people?
And
like,
what
do you
better
see-
what better way to kick off your DJ career than by dating Anima and also letting this shit go down, and then you kick ass the second week of Coachella, and now you the one.
You just
Hey,
you've
renewed yourself. Everybody
yeah.
loves you. Your fans love you. Anima loves you. Like it's
It was
Elon
a
still loves
technical
you.
error. By then, it was a
By then,
technical
it's
error.
like, oh, shit happens to sit equipment.
It does. It
This
happens to
thing screws
everybody.
up.
I've had hiccups
Yeah.
and
There
stuff.
was-
You know,
there's
we all
people-
have had.
there's
We've all had
people-
them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that like even for myself, I'm not a producer. You two DJ and produce. I don't think you produce.
Yeah, just edits and shit, but I'm not like them.
Yeah, I don't do that. And I think one thing is that the one big debate is, does every DJ have to be a producer? Does every producer have to be a DJ? And then for the ones that can do both, are you good at both? Are you good at one or the other? Are you stronger? Where's your strong points at? Because like for me, I can't fathom. I make the same drum pattern every single time. There's some things that I've like in my brain I've done. Like when I was younger, I will watch like Jeopardy, and I would like make my own beat behind it. I would like beatbox it. But that's
I gotta
the
hear
most.
that.
That still
I
does
gotta
that
hear
clips.
that.
That still does the clips table.
I gotta hear that.
With the pen.
Yeah.
Yo, I definitely gotta hear that Jeopardy beat. Can you dig that up?
Not right now.
Come on.
So
For the
I
sake
think-
of the episode, please.
I think honestly, to as far say if you want to have a successful DJ career, and as a DJ, I mean, I DJed for many years. I think as just being a DJ, you're only going to go so far.
Yeah.
I mean, look at anybody that's really made it. Like these people, like Martin Garrix, you know, so the kid made Animals and stuff like that. David Guetta has been a DJ forever. People rip on David Guetta. Oh, he just sits there and makes hand hearts. No, bro. In the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, he was rocking clubs in Ibiza on vinyl.
Yeah.
Like, look, do your research. Don't just talk out of your ass.
Yeah,
Like,
Love is Gone is one of my favorite songs.
dude, he could sit there and play a pre-recorded mix all day, every day. He has earned that right by paving the way for every one of us in this fucking room, you know, or even listening or whatever. Those guys get respect. Carl Cox gets respect. They could sit up there and jump around, make hand hearts or whatever they want to do all day. Tiesto. Am I a big fan of these guys? Not all the time, but they've earned it. They can do it. You could throw 12-inch in front of them and they can do it. No problem. But the people, I mean, I really think in order to make it to the next level, you have to produce. You have
It's
to.
a
and
natural
not just-
evolution from being a DJ up to
And not
Yeah.
just in the electronic dance music scene.
Okay.
Like think about it in the hip hop scene too. Like look at Jazzy Jeff. Like look at a lot of the guys that are DJs like that ended up transitioning into producing, and they're bigger as producers than actual DJs.
Okay.
Because
Very
of how
few-
it led onto it. And
Very
that's what I'm
few
saying.
people.
DJ Snake.
Very few people will stay DJing and go like. I think AM is probably one of the first celebrity DJs, and he was just a DJ.
Yeah.
There's not many people that are. I'm just a DJ, and they're playing main stage at.
And
Ultra
even
or
then, he
whatever.
still AM still had his own blends and still not necessarily
little
full
blends,
original.
mashups,
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I mean, that's at the end of the day, you have to be unique. You have to stand out, and
So you think
really,
publicly train wrecking is the way to do it?
Yeah, probably not.
Well, guys, speaking of, you said standing out. It's kind of crazy going back to Coachella. Did y'all see that J Balvin performed at Coachella? And
Brought out Will Smith.
Will Smith with the Men in Black thing.
with the Men in Black thing. That's crazy.
I mean, dude, Coachella. Don't get me wrong. I think Coachella is
Influencer
an
fest.
amazing event. They bring out like some of the best artists. I mean, what was it when I think Coachella forever was fighting to get Daft Punk for the longest time.
Gotcha.
And Daft Punk was no for years, no. And then one year they were like, all right, we'll entertain this idea. And here's the stipulations. You need to give us all our money up front. And we need to have a stage that is blocked off and no one can see. So, and this is pre-LED walls, pre-all of that stuff.
fancy
Nothing was
fancy
ever.
shit.
And then, all right, they got Daft Punk to come out, and they wouldn't give them any like technical data on what they were doing, like nothing. It was low key, no one knew, just Daft Punk and their team. And they lowered the curtain, and that's when they had the pyramid, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this?" And that made that changed music, stage show, lighting forever.
See, but that's what's to touch up on that. That's what's crazy, because then you got legendary performances. I've seen some really legendary people. at
Beyonce
Coachella.
did a great show there years ago. You know?
I've seen some really legendary acts, like watch on YouTube and stuff at Coachella. Coachella has definitely hosted some really legendary
is.
music acts, and then you have this shit. All right, then you got Grimes. Okay, so that's why I'm confused. That's where I get confused. All right.
That's
Well,
Ricky really feeling it.
That's how he's feeling today. Dinosaur.
You're just mad
Dinosaur
Elon
Ricky.
got to her first.
Hey, I'm not the one trying to slide. All right. Hey, Grimes, if you're watching this, holla at my boy Josh. All right. He wants to talk to you real quick. He'll teach you how to DJ.
Well, you guys know, I mean, things are going crazy right now in nightlife. City's changing, downtown's changing a lot. Venues are changing. But recently there was something that's popping up on Facebook that a venue back home changed rules. And these rules had stipulations of music was changing formats because they felt that having hip hop music brought the riffraff.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
can you elaborate? I don't mean to cut you off. Rules. Were there rules before in place?
Most venues always have rules.
Yeah,
of
it's a format rule. Somewhat, yeah.
Format
rule of sorts.
So like ungiven rules, like hey, just don't do this and that. Or are you talking about there is literally like
I
a
think
notepad of
honestly, I
rules?
think majority of the venues have somewhat of a format, and not just overall the venue, but like this night is this,
An
this night is
image,
that, this
yeah.
night-
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
Just to maintain
Well, here's
somewhat
the
of
thing.
That's format,
Right.
But
Yeah.
you talking about rules,
Like rules. So like, and here's the thing for me. It doesn't.
That's what you
Nah,
would I just want you to
yeah.
elaborate
I'm
on
gonna
a. Is
that.
it rules or is it format?
Yeah.
It's rules. So
Okay,
they have
so
rules
elaborate on
of
that.
coming into their venue for the patrons, not just the DJ.
Dress code.
Dress code.
Okay.
So it's like they're kind of putting it on like the urban community, stating that you can't wear basketball. Like, you can't wear basketball jerseys. Okay, I've seen plenty of Caucasian guys wear basketball jerseys in bars. It's a bar. It's not a nightclub. It's a bar.
So this is not.
Yeah,
this
the
example
bar-
is not a nightclub.
It's not a
Totally
nightclub.
different.
It's not a nightclub. It's a
not a-
bar.
it's
It's a
not a-
bar. It's actually a restaurant bar. So yeah, it's one of those. So it's like
Okay.
I get that if a fight broke out, and I've played country music and fights broke out. It's crazy to me.
Was it Country Girl Shaking for me?
It was country music
Yes.
in Dakiti.
Shake that fist in my face for me.
Yeah, yeah. Had
Country girl, that dude-
had two country boys fighting over something.
That new Des Dakiti edit featuring Sam Hunt's gonna be wild.
That's not even Sam Hunt.
I was gonna pick Sam Hunt. All right,
You
I know
just
it's not
picked
that.
Sam Hunt?
I picked Sam Hunt because we've already gone over the other.
This
I
ones.
just know, like,
this
Garth
guy,
Brooks
this
and, like,
guy
a
came
few
late
others.
from
I know
setting
who
up
sang.
proms
I
and stuff and doesn't
I
know his
know
own
who
artist.
sang "Country Girl Shaking for Me." We talked about
my
this already.
He's on whosample.com later on
talking.
tonight.
Dinosaur Ricky
Dinosaur
going into
Ricky.
his laptop.
I fucking hate it here.
Can he reach the keys?
Almost.
Almost there. He has the shelf with the laptop stand to make it taller.
You walked into this yourself.
What am I doing here?
Yes,
He's got a
you
little
did.
stick in his hand that kisses the keys.
I got it.
But no.
I
But
picked
how do
one
you?
episode to behave.
But no. But like we've all, I mean, Josh has done it for over 30 years. For us collectively, we've been doing it for over 20 years. And I mean, I've been in rooms that I've had even managers like, under the tone saying it's getting dark in here. And I'm just like,
I've heard that.
Really,
I've heard
bro?
that.
Use the
Like-
words. It's getting dark in
Uh-huh.
here.
it's getting dark in here. Yeah.
I've
And
I've
it's
heard
like,
those exact
you know,
words,
like-
and I feel bad when you hear something like that. It's like, at the end of the day, they may not be like a racist person.
Yeah.
But when you hear that, they're like, hey, I would say I would rather hear them say we got riff raft coming in or something like that, because riff raft could be, and I hate even
a
bringing
very-
race
that's a
into
very
something. It could
politically
be
correct
it
way
could
to
be
say it.
white people, it could be black people, it could be Spanish people,
Yeah, it could be anybody.
It could be transparent people or whatever race, gender, helicopter you want to identify as, whatever. There's riff raft in everything. It doesn't matter.
Nowadays, it's getting ratchet in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now-
Now,
You can say it's getting ratchet. That
Yeah.
sound a lot better
That
than
sounds
it's getting
perfect.
dark
Yeah,
in
right.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they say if there's too much reggaeton? It's getting caliente in here? Huh?
Mucho fire, mucho fuego.
Hey,
caliente.
too much fuego happening in the club right now, Des. You need to stop playing
Nah,
that.
bro, I gotta-
That kitty's hitting things up, man.
But no, I
You're
got a
cooking
venue.
hamburguesas over there.
I don't.
Extra queso spicy.
No, there's venues out
For
there.
real, man.
There's venues out there in predominantly Latin areas that will say
I'll be
don't play
damned.
Latin music, and I'm just like, really? Like, why? It's
Well, that's the
crazy
right way
me.
to say it, though. Hey, you're playing too much Latin music. Oh, my bad.
No. It's not that you're playing too much Latin music. They don't want you to play Latin music.
All right, don't play Latin music. Okay.
But why not? Why?
Latin's some of the hottest stuff out right
It
now.
is.
Okay,
It is.
I
the most
I'm talking
I
about
have
the way.
an
I'm talking
I
about
have
the
an
way to
answer for that.
approach. I'm talking about the way to
What?
approach
Yeah.
the DJ in
Okay,
general.
see, you're talking about something else. You're asking the why not. You're mentioning the fact of how to approach, the
approach the-
situation.
right, how to approach
Two
the
different
DJ.
subjects, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Your
My-
subject,
yeah,
right?
all yeah.
Why? If the venue wants to maintain a type of look, a type of format, a type
okay.
of feeling, a type of
Vibe.
atmosphere, vibe, right?
Okay.
You want to target that in however they want to target that. Is
Okay.
it correct? Maybe, maybe not. Now, you're talking about they're making new rules maybe they're changing, they're pivoting that to a different type of vibe, a different type of atmosphere for the venue. And back again to like, why would they not play Latin? Maybe they don't want to hear salsa, merengue, bachata the whole night.
But here's
and
the
maybe
thing.
they want to hear.
I got that part, but
Right.
and I understand that part, but I'm not playing that all night.
What were you?
Right.
Were you playing open?
You're open format, everything.
I'm open format. So if you're telling me that if I'm playing open format, I should be allowed to mix in Latin music in a predominantly Latin market. And if there's predominantly Latin people there and you want them to spend money there, why would I play Shock to the Heart? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not going to vibe to that.
You know, like
of course.
You know what I mean? Like
totally
I'm gonna
agree
mix
with
that
you
in
on
there, but it's just like why you're alienating customers. You're alienating money.
Yeah. I agree.
For no reason. And that's where I feel like this whole demographic changing because of a fight broke out or something happened. It's like you're alienating money.
Yeah.
I'm a black-owned business. I'm not going to alienate money. Once you walk in that door, as long as you have...
Money's green.
Money is green. You know what I mean?
Pays my bills.
Yeah, I remember, I got to make this is really quick. This is funny. So a few of our friends, we had DJ'd and covered for another DJ at a rooftop, and it was a LGBT party.
I think I know exactly
Right.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we're all DJing. I was like, I'm going to hang out with them. You know what I mean? We'll all do like 30 for 30s and call it a day. And this gentleman comes up to us, and he's like, oh, is this your first time? And we're like, no, we've been here a few times.
First time for what?
Like, and I'm like we've DJ'd here. Hey,
Josh has been in that position before.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Wait a second, what do you mean?
and we're like, nah, we DJ'd here before. And he's like, oh, I was like, I've never seen you guys here before. And mind you, we're all bigger guys. We're all like,
Oh man, this is getting worse.
250
That's
plus. I know. We're all 250. So he says,
give it weight.
yeah, wait. Listen,
This is a different.
It's not the story I thought it was gonna be.
Listen, let me get to it, please.
Welcome to This Is Just a Tip segment.
So he's like, oh, so
Wait for it.
he asked us
I actually got tears
if
coming
we
down my
were. He asked if we were gay, and we're like, no, money. He asked us if we were gay. It said money doesn't see any gender.
Yeah.
He got so mad and stormed off.
Really?
Yeah,
You said that?
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I literally told him, I was like, money has no gender. It has
doesn't.
no sexual orientation. It has nothing. It's green.
This is what I love doing. It's what I love doing.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're hip hop, Mexican, like straight gay, trans, non-binary,
whatever. I don't care.
Whatever.
As long as you're
Right.
enjoying
Whatever.
yourself and you're not causing
dude,
a
you're
problem.
having a good time. That's life.
That's-
I don't care
yeah.
what you are. Skin. That's you're a human. At the end of the day, there is no border. There's no color. It's you're human. You're having a good time. Have it done.
And that's our thing is that I understand why venue owners they say what they do because either insurance reasons and stuff like that. I get that, but let the DJs and the securities do their job.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of you
pay
having a
them
security
for.
staff. That's the whole point of having security staff. That's the whole point of having us DJs because we know if you know that the room is flipping to a different room of whatever it is,
Yeah, we know
the
what's going on.
vibe is going a
we
different
know what's going
direction.
on.
We can
then
see
we
that.
can just change it and pivot it. I remember one time I had a huge fight broke out in the middle of dancing. It's probably about midnight.
What were you playing?
I can't remember. Maybe
Shot
probably.
through the heart.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably.
But it's too
No, you know what's crazy? It was probably Low by Flow Rider or something stupid. It was top 40. It was the top 40.
I only asked because I've had the same situation happen, and I was playing Mr. Brightside,
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like,
and it was a bad fight.
I had a
too.
venue owner.
Broke
I had a
his nose and
venue owner
everything.
literally tell me play Bob Marley at the end of the night because no one would fight.
Just slow them down.
It'll slow them down, and I'm like, why?
You're just gonna throw punches slower.
I was like, that's literally what your security is there for.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is what we do at all my nightclubs. I'm like, okay, man, I'm gonna do that.
And how
So
many
I
nightclubs
played-
have you closed down?
And I played the song.
We jammed.
And then sure enough, at the end of the night, there was a fight. And I was like, hey, man, you told me that Bob Marley keeps everybody peaceful. I was like, that doesn't make any sense that they're fighting and you're telling me, like, I got this. Like, I can slow them down without playing and just cutting from Glorilla or Sexy Red into Bob Marley. That doesn't make sense.
This is one
thing.
Transition.
Yeah, that's an
That's
interesting
not what I was
transition.
expecting him to say.
I know he went.
No, I'm just
From
giving
FNF
examples.
to One Love.
Glorilla to-
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I want you to for the next episode.
DJ that one.
I need to
Mix
hear
it
that
live,
now. At your residency on Thursdays, I'll raise you
You're
up.
never
one.
going to show up anyways.
No, I'm not because I work on Thursdays.
I know that.
But
And this
if you
is-
do it, I'll do it. I'll make it happen in mine too because I can get away with that.
This is a thing that I think there's too many as DJs. We're not just all right. People think, all right, cool. We just play music. We just have people. Our job is to keep them dancing. And at the end of the day, we are professional people watchers.
Yes.
We're looking at people's mannerisms. We're watching the bar. We're seeing how many people are dancing. We're seeing how many
Yep.
people are drinks. So club owners, if you're listening, take notes because I'm about to give you a really good lesson. So there's too many venues that try to micromanage
Everything.
I won't mention any venues. There's a venue I worked at. Don't play after midnight. Don't play anything over 5 years old. What if you throw and
so no throwbacks.
no throwbacks. And so you got to think, especially most of the music now, like this time and age, it's really
Samples of
slow and
throwbacks.
chill, and it's all remakes of older
Remakes of
songs.
older songs,
And
yeah.
so
Yeah.
like that, and then on top of that, it's like, don't play hip hop, and it's like, what you want me to eliminate half the music that's out right now that's popular? So they need to stop doing that and let the DJ do their job. As a DJ, for me, when I'm doing open format or something that
Yeah.
at a residency and stuff, not versus like maybe like Universal or, for New Year's, like that's
Corporate
just
stuff,
gone, like heavy bang, like nonstop. When I'm doing a venue, I'm paying attention to the bar and the dance floor and the door, seeing if people coming in and out.
Yep.
So looking at the bar, are people buying drinks? And then on top of that, it's like, this is where a lot of younger DJs mess up. They think, all right, I'm just going to throw heat. I could throw bangers all night long. But what is that doing? Absolutely nothing. If I'm playing bangers all night long, people are on the dance floor dancing. What are they not doing?
Not buying drinks.
Exactly.
Consuming.
No one. The dance
Alcohol.
floor
It's a
makes
vicious
$0. That dance floor, you could have everybody making love.
It's a funnel.
Doing everything.
Looks good in there, but
you want to learn to flip the bar. You want to take those old people that are at the bars, hanging out with their girl or whatever, drinking the drink, and I haven't heard this song in a long time. Let's go dance to it. We remember we used to dance to this as kids. Or what? Not kids, but when we're younger, and then you get them to come out, and then these younger kids that are on the dance floor, we're not hearing Miley or whatever.
Let's grab
they
some
go to
shots.
the bar, yes, and you're just flipping them back and forth.
Yeah.
That
so that's even
That's
rotation.
a real DJ. That's
Rotating the
literally-
room. That is-
rotating the room.
flipping the bar, I call it. So if I owned a venue and I'm hiring a DJ, the first thing I says is, as a DJ, I would ask you is like, how do you sell drinks in this building? If they can't answer, if they can't tell me what I just said, come back when you're ready.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're
I'm
ready.
always watching the bar.
Yeah.
I the one thing I can't stand is when someone walks into a venue. Like there's a few venues downtown that the DJ booth is like right by the door. And they'll come in like, oh, can you play this? And I'm like,
Barely walking
you just
in.
walked
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the door. You don't even have a drink in your hand.
Yeah.
Get a drink first.
Didn't you hear it 5
Take a
times on your car
take
on
a
the way
few
here?
sips and
You heard it on
come
the
back
club
over.
right before you
Yeah.
walked in. You heard it on the
She
other
wanted to
door.
hear
And
a
then
country girl for her birthday.
Yeah. Shake it for me.
Listen, you gotta get some drinks in you first.
You know who? And this, I'm not picking on groups. So, you know who the worst for request? So when you're at a club, if someone comes up to you,
Birthday
like
girls.
the birthday girl or the brides,
Yeah.
they come in. You
Oh,
play.
yeah.
You
For
play
bachelor
one
parties?
song.
Bachelor party,
You play
yeah.
one song
Set
for
flame,
them.
set the fire.
They
Oh.
literally just put a leash around your neck and they're just
Oh,
going
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
Next
they
thing you
take
know,
an
play this
inch?
song, play this song,
Yep.
play this song, and it's nonstop. And at that point, I'm
Yeah.
like, if you book me to DJ your
You
wedding, and then-
literally-
Yeah, at
But
this
I would
point,
love
I'm
that.
doing your at this point I'm doing
Yeah.
your wedding because no.
You
that's
open
one
up
thing
the
I've
gates.
never I've never put myself in. I don't think I'd ever be able to do a wedding. It's just like the
I
whole
stopped.
process of
Yeah.
meeting up
What's wrong
with
with
them
wed-
and
what's
stuff
wrong
like
with
that.
weddings?
There's people.
No.
wedding
There's
DJ
nothing wrong with weddings. It's some
I'm a little
people
offended right
enjoy
now.
doing weddings.
No, there's nothing wrong with
Some
it.
people
Yeah.
just avoid
We'll talk
doing
about this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
That's
this in the next episode because I feel like this is a really good topic about different
it's
types-
Nothing's wrong with
There's
it's
no,
weddings.
we still got a little time to discuss it. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
there's
could. We
nothing
could- we
wrong.
could touch it.
There's nothing
Pause.
really wrong with just said
Whoa.
DJ podcast. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Even for me, a year ago, I did my last wedding, and I'm happy. There's nothing wrong with it. I think what it is that what I try to tell people, kind of like the same thing from last episode. Not every venue is, or every gig is your gig. And there are clients, brides, grooms, whatever, that are not your client. They might not be your best fit. I've worked for some agencies who they want dollars. They see green.
Yeah, I don't do
and
that.
you know, and that's the thing, that you own your own business.
Yeah.
So you talk to every single client, where there's other ones that they have secretaries who are dealing with these brides or these grooms or these mother-in-laws, and then they're expecting the best. Like I've had a review from someone, and the literal review was, he told me he was the best DJ that he has here, and I didn't get the best. I was like, first off, you did get the best, because
They said that about you?
they said that about me.
Oh, damn.
And I'm
Sorry.
like, first off, you did get the best, because your dance floor was pumping the whole entire night. What you were upset
You
about
didn't play your
was
songs, did you?
one single thing, and they asked me to edit something for them. I edited it, and then they, at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm sleeping, they text me telling me to change the song to just the regular. They didn't want to edit anymore.
You didn't change
I didn't see it. I didn't see the text message because it's on Do Not Disturb.
Was it the first- was it-
came out
Was
roaring.
it,
No,
was it
was it
the
the
wedding?
Now, mind
Was
you,
it
this
the
is
first dance?
We're getting divorced.
No. It was.
Oh, man.
It was.
Thanks,
it was.
Des.
It was coming out after they say I do the recessional.
Oh, during the ceremony?
It was after the ceremony. Like after they say I do, they come
Not
back.
one of the most important times in a wedding. It's totally cool.
No, but here's the thing, and I get that. But here's the thing: when I talk to them,
They're divorced now. I hope you know that.
by all means, it don't
Did
matter
you do
to
their
me.
divorce party? You know how many people
I did. I got booked for
have,
that one.
You know how many people I have that ask me to do weddings? I've had this probably doing one of the places at City Walk. I've had 3 people ask me in the last 2 months to do weddings.
I got you.
And shout out to Josh, because
I always throw them
he
to-
throws them to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm not doing this.
Depending on where
I'm sending
You
you.
can
I'm
handle
sending
this.
you people too. Like, listen.
Depending on where they're at, I'll send them to, like, if I think I threw one to Randy in Tampa. So
Yep,
I was like,
yep.
wherever, we're in Tampa. Here's
Whatever
the guy.
makes
Here's-
more sense.
Yeah, whatever makes sense.
Very particular,
Yeah.
very particular. Let me ask you this. This has been posed in many other like DJ things that I've seen, but I feel like since we're on the subject, do you think it's harder to do a wedding, or do you think it's harder to do some other DJ event?
I believe they're equally the same.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that.
No,
I feel they're equally the same. And
I don't
okay.
agree.
No, we're gonna
I
run it.
don't-
We'll go around the table.
Yeah, here's
we'll,
the
go
thing.
around it. We'll go around the table.
And
So you
here's the
said
reason.
equally
And
the same.
here's the thing on reason why. So no matter how I look at it, you have to keep people dancing.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Okay.
The bar's still there. So the bar, either it's open bar or it's not open bar, people are going to be drinking, no matter how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still people watching, because no matter how I look at it, I'm still have to play
Trying to keep
music.
people engaged.
I have to keep people engaged. You know, weddings are kind of repeated because it's typically the same amount of songs, and then you start throwing stuff in
Electric
there.
slide.
I took a lot of those dances out, but that's just by choice. But for me, they're equally the same. Now, for DJs like them, because they like to be in lounges and clubs and more like that, they don't really want to touch the private event space. They're going to probably say that the club, what?
I honestly
Josh,
think
your thoughts?
I think wedding DJs is probably harder,
Okay.
in my opinion, because there's more preparation. 100%. I'll be the first
yeah,
to tell you.
for sure.
You're dealing with the bride and groom weeks, sometimes if not months in advance before the wedding. Hey, give me the. I don't even know the order because I've never done a wedding, but like the dance, like the daughter dance and all that. Like
Yeah,
you're having
all the
to do
first
this
dances, the
exactly.
intros and
You got
everything.
dances, you got ceremony.
Yeah, all that stuff, and then the cocktail hour, like where everybody's eating and you're playing background music,
Yep,
which
yep.
you could do a playlist for that.
Choose Spotify.
Then on top of that, like not only you have that's a headache itself. Load in, load out, issues, the vendors, like you can't come
Yeah.
do this, you can't do, like there's way, I mean, and yeah, you make a little bit more money, I guess, depending on, the event and stuff like that, but I think it's a much harder gig.
I agree with a lot of what Josh said. For example, you mentioned the bar. A bar at a lounge at a club is completely different than a bar at a wedding or a venue, any type of wedding.
Yes,
or any
but
type of
here's
venue.
the thing,
or
though.
I mean, private event.
Yes, but here's the thing, though. That bartender still has to make tips.
You're not there for the bartender.
I know I'm not
wait,
there.
Wait.
Wait. I know I'm not there for the bartender, but I care about all the staff making money too.
That's really nice of you.
That
That's
is
really
very
nice of you.
Yeah.
But nobody else is paying your check. And wait a second.
Go ahead.
You're there for the special moment of the bride and groom.
I got that part.
That's your.
Yeah, I got
that's
that part,
your.
but-
See,
But
that's
I'm
how I
gonna
know. That's
fix
how I
it.
know you hella service industry.
Yeah,
Because you're thinking about other. You're thinking about other people.
I think about
That's
other
me as
people
well.
as well. But here's
Yeah,
the thing:
It's not a bad
I can
thing,
Still,
but-
I can still do my job, taking care of everyone else, including the staff.
I never said you did.
Yeah,
I never said that we
the thing
can.
for,
Doubt
that's
that.
for me.
We can.
Yeah.
Like as DJs, I'm sure the DJs
yeah.
are on this table. I'm sure we all can. But the reality of those type of events, of private events, especially weddings, even Sweet 16 quinceañeras and all of that.
Yeah.
Primarily weddings, since we're sticking to the wedding subject, it's everything else that comes with the preparation for that event.
Yeah.
It's for the bride and groom.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
main
Oh, no, for
person
sure.
that's important that has to be happy.
Yeah.
You don't care. Honestly, you should care. But the reality is, the main person that you need to care about is being happy. The dance floor could be empty, but if the bride and groom are happy throughout the whole night,
Oh yeah, no, for
guess
sure.
what?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
That's all that
You're good.
matters. No, for sure.
Between the preparations behind it, it's more work. Between making sure that everything runs perfectly smooth. Talking about user error and technical errors and all this stuff at a wedding.
Nah.
Think about it this way.
Nah.
You have
You
at a
failed
festival,
bad.
right? At a
You
festival,
ruined their
you
most
got
elaborate day, or
all
most
these
important day.
people that, in reality,
You
at
get
the
it booked
festival,
again. You get it
it's-
booked again at a festival. It don't
Right,
matter.
at a festival, it don't matter because it's your image, it's you. It doesn't matter with all the 100,000 people at a wedding. It's that
special
couple's
moment.
special
Oh,
moment
Nightmares,
in
my
your
boy.
life.
I mean, I've had some mess ups. I have done. I one time played their first. The song that I played for their first song was a song that she walked out on, like for the ceremony. So,
My gosh,
yeah, yeah. But here, this is how I made it up for them. I cleared the dance floor, sent everybody out, and had them dance the first song by themselves.
Okay, good save.
I saved myself. And because I did that, I got a rave review. They didn't talk about the mess up. They just talked about how I stopped it at the end and gave them a chance to breathe and take in the moment that they were together. And then I had the photographer shoot some shots from the side and everything like that to kind of make it a lot more special. So I saved the day on that one.
So you fumbled but recovered at the same
Recovered,
time.
yeah.
That's what, just to me, like weddings, it's like at the end of the day, and this is, like I said, I have people that ask me to, DJ weddings, and they're like, it's a lot of money. And some people, I guess, try to hit me up because they know me or something like that, and they're wanting a deal. And one thing I tell them is like, and again, this is not my space at all, so I am kind of talking out of my ass, if anything. I don't know much about weddings. But the one thing at the end of the day for a wedding, you get what you pay for, and don't skimp on the entertainment. At the end of the day, no one's going to be like, oh, the cake tasted great, the table decoration, the flowers were great. Guess what they're going to talk about?
The DJ.
Fucking party. The party. That's all they're going to talk about. I felt really bad on this one, but my cousin was getting married, and they're like, can you do their wedding? I was like, hey, I don't even have all this stuff. Like, I don't have the sound, like all this stuff. And I was like, last thing you want me to do is to DJ your wedding. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to go out of order. Yeah, you can follow a script. That's pretty easy. But let someone that is a professional do it. So they hired somebody, and oh my God, I'm there. And dude, you couldn't understand them on the mic at all. Like they were calling the dinner, like the people that go get their food, and everybody's sitting there like it was distorted, like they were giving feedback.
Mesa número dos.
I'm saying there's a lot more
It
pieces
was
to the puzzle.
so bad. They didn't they were using like a small Mackie mixer with a laptop computer and the audio jack plugged in and just playing the songs off of iTunes.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And I'm like,
seen those.
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's no mixing, and there was no flow with the music, nothing. Like they didn't know how to create the party. That
Really,
no
in a
one
sense.
danced, and everybody sat there, and they had 2 speakers on a pole that were like overpowered.
I'm getting
it was
like
And
I
I'm
can
sitting
see
there-
that nightmare.
at a time, and,
will
and
give
for
you
me being
nightmares.
and for me being a DJ, and then being somewhat of the tech world,
Josh was
like
tweaking in the middle of the wedding.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sitting there and I'm like,
can't handle
I
this anymore.
wanted
I
to
can't do
go up
this.
there, and yeah, they were talking in front of, right directly in front of the
that
speaker.
feedback.
And I'm sitting there and I'm
Oh
like,
man.
oh my God. I was like, at what point do I jump up and help?
Did
You don't. You don't.
I came
You don't.
so close.
But you didn't.
I didn't.
You don't.
I didn't.
Well, here's the thing. If
don't.
You let it burn.
if you do
let it
ever want,
Let it happen.
if you ever want to DJ a wedding, if one of your friends to say, "Hey, I want you to DJ a wedding," you can call me or Ricky up. We'll set everything up for you, and all you gotta do is just do the reception.
So I'll tell you, I will say I had a part to deal with the wedding. There was a friend of mine that this was years ago that had a big company, and there was people he went to UCF with, and they're like, yeah, we want like EDC main stage. I guess there's like the part where the family dances and everybody's there, and then they wanted like an after party. And he's like, "Oh, can you come DJ this wedding for me?" As soon as he says wedding, I'm like, you know. I was like, I don't do that.
Those.
You know,
You get some of those.
And I'm like, no. And then he's like, I promise you, it's not what you think. He's like, this is what they want. And I was like, and I was still really skeptical of, I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna want. The first thing I'm gonna do is like, oh, can you play the electric Cupid Shuffle or something?
Electric
That's
Cupid
an
Shuffle.
awesome new blend.
Bro, I can't wait for the Josh Lawrence remix of that shit.
We'll do it. So
Let me get that.
I get there and I'm like, okay, and then I start playing, and I started like kind of mainstream, and then I started going like, and they were going nuts, and I'm like, all right. And this guy had a pretty elaborate setup for for a wedding, I would think, and then I went like more underground, and I just kept going, and I was like, they're all about it, and I was like,
Yeah, that's what they want.
I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
if
that's
they
what
know
I
what they
want.
want, yeah.
I was
If
okay
that's
with
what
it.
they want.
And
Yeah.
and that it was. I played 2 hours, which is, I mean, for us,
Yeah.
that's 2 hours. Is like bam. And that was the only time I've done anything to do with a wedding, and that was because I trusted the guy that I was, talking to, and he's like, hey, this is what they wanted, but I was really hesitant at first.
No,
But
I get it. Like I had a situation, one wedding that the groom was like, "Hey, me and my wife, I popped the question at a festival, and she said we love going to festivals. So if you can play some EDM," I was just like,
or like songs that were playing during that moment.
yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
When I met you in the
So
summer.
I played the EDM, and you could tell in her face that she did not want that. You could tell. So
We're gonna say that a lot. Husband wants this, wife doesn't.
yeah,
That's very
so
common.
yeah,
Very common.
so
And at the end of the day,
I
it's the
ended up like
bride.
kind of mixing
Oh, yeah.
out, and I went into like I
Oh,
think
yeah.
like probably like super bass or something, and
Yeah.
she got hyped, and then she came over. She's like, "I'm just letting you know, I only like that stuff because he likes it.
Yeah.
I really don't like it." I was
She
like,
was doing
"Okay,
it
I
for
got
him.
you."
Yeah, she
And
was
does
at
it-
the festival because of him. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what it was. Is like, I only do it because I love him. I don't like this stuff, and I was like, "I got you." So I just finished the rest.
I
of
got
the night
lucky with the
way it
one that
was.
I did because they were both into it, and I was surprised. Like when I heard, I was in the back and I kind of heard them talking. Then they were talking to someone about like a festival of music, and I heard them talk about artists, and I was like, at this point, I was like, I think I'm in my safe zone. Like,
Yeah.
that's when I was able to just go all out.
So I'm
But, yeah.
gonna die. I'm gonna circle on both things that you mentioned. Right.
Yep.
Your 2 hour power EDM set at a wedding, and in your situation
something that never goes.
where
over
you're
well.
trying to make everybody happy at a wedding, but you didn't mention the bride and the groom. Well, maybe you did mean the bride and the groom, but you were talking about everybody in the room.
Well, when I mean like this, here's the thing, right? It's a
No, but
flow.
I get it, I get it,
No,
I get it, I
because
get
it's a
it.
flow. Because I'm not excluding the bride and groom. At the end of the day, it's always going to be it's their day. They hired me. What I'm saying is, we as vendors, we have to have a flow. So I look at it like this, right?
As vendors that we're talking about, as not even as vendors, just say as a wedding DJ, because yes, you're a vendor, but when you say as vendors,
No, because we're not just a wedding DJ. Because here's the thing:
you are just a wedding.
No,
DJ.
we're not.
Wait,
We're- no, 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 no.
wait.
We're not.
You guys, wait. Because it depends on what you're hired for. Because I've gotten, you know how you mentioned your 2 hour set?
Yeah, just to do that, yeah.
I used to love doing weddings when I was just like the DJ that got booked under this company to just do the party time.
You
I don't
just-
got to
yeah,
deal
you
with
just-
anything.
you
They
just did
deal with
reception.
everything else. I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah. Well,
So
then there's
if you
times
get
that we
booked-
become planners.
Right.
That's
it
what I'm saying.
depends. It
That's what I'm
depends on
saying.
what you're getting booked for.
Yeah. No, I get that part. That's what I'm saying. Here's my whole thing. What I'm saying when it comes to me DJing, I'm making sure that, well, number one, everyone's dancing, everyone's having a good time, including the bride and groom.
Okay,
nine
that's
times
important.
out of 10, the bride and groom are barely even on the dance floor because they have
Pictures, all this
pictures,
other
Talking
their
with
family
people.
pulling them to take more pictures and doing
See,
this.
I
and that.
have a different approach to that, but yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So I'm focused on the dance floor. I'm just making sure that everyone's having a good time. And if I can make sure that people are getting drinks, even if it's open bar or they're paying, I'm making sure that everyone's just going home happy.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I want to make sure everyone's going
you
home
want
happy.
them you want them talking about the fun they had when they leave.
Okay.
Not
Including
like,
the staff.
I was
That's a little
bored.
bit
and
different.
including the staff, because
The
I get,
steak was cooked
you know how
too
many
much.
venues I go. You know how many
A little
venues
bit
I
different
go.
that you described earlier.
You know how many times I go to venues and and I get the venues like, oh my god, like you should have heard the DJ from last night, and I'm like, well,
I get
what
that. I
happened?
get that all the time.
Well, like the DJ that you were mentioning about, like
Those guys
it
get
happened.
look. So those guys.
That's what they're
Yeah.
referring to.
Yeah.
the
Those
one
guys-
that are
no,
speaking
no,
on the
no, no, no,
microphone
no.
next to the speaker type.
That's
of
what
DJ.
I
No,
That's
no,
what
no, no,
they're
no, no,
talking
no, no,
about.
no. There's guys that even have our full setups, even gear more than I do.
No, that's what
and
I call.
they're still
yeah.
terrible.
See, that's what I
Yeah.
call satellite DJs. You know what satellite DJs
Right.
in the wedding industry?
No.
Satellite DJs are DJs who literally get hired by these giant companies, sometimes nationwide. All right. Sometimes they're not even local.
So they're
You
on like
call
a big vendor
Yeah,
list.
you
type
call
thing.
an 888 number, right? Brian, you call an 888 number. Welcome to
Oh, like Thumbtack and
Yeah,
stuff like
Oh,
that.
almost like 1-800-411-PAIN type thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. We
My
are
wedding
1-800-411
referral
DJs.
service.
Yeah, no, we are wedding DJs, right? We service nationwide, and they're dumb enough to fall into that
Yeah.
satellite web, right? And they go and they're like, "Where are you located?" "Oh, I'm in Orlando." "Great. What are you looking for?" "This." "Oh, well, we've got DJ Dez lined up perfectly. He's a perfect match for you." Okay. They don't know anything
They don't
about
know
him.
anything about it.
They've never talked to the guy. They go on, they fill out a Google Doc with all their music and all their requests.
This is
and
what
things
I
like
want.
that.
This is what I want to
This is what I
listen
need.
to.
This is what I want to listen to. And then I take this and I'm like, here you go. And they hand it to him. He shows up with a laptop, a mixer, and two 10-inch
a
speakers.
Good
Spotify
luck.
playlist of what they
Spotify
have.
playlist of what
Good
they had,
luck.
and literally goes down. And I know this because I had my best friend who was so against me DJing his wedding, which is fine. And I'm
Yeah.
sure all of us fall into this category where we have really
But hold
good
on,
friends.
was it because they wanted you to be part of the wedding, or was it
No,
because
I
of the
wasn't-
budget?
No. It
Everybody in a
neither,
wedding is a
neither.
budget.
I wasn't even part of the wedding.
know,
They wanted you to
that's
enjoy
why
it.
that's-
No,
the way they wanted
he
you
wanted-
to enjoy
correct.
it.
He wanted
And
me-
that's the problem
fair.
is that
He wanted me to be a guest.
same thing. And
He's
And
like you're
enjoy
always.
the-
He's like
yes.
you're always DJing every single wedding I go to.
Yes.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
I want you to come up,
That's
get
a
drunk,
friend.
and I want you to have a good friend. He's a good friend.
Yes.
and he was very
Adamant.
adamant about that.
Yes.
So I went to that wedding. It wasn't even in state. We had to go all the way to Ohio for that wedding. Went up there.
That's awesome.
Celebrated him,
And you got a satellite DJ.
and we got a satellite DJ.
yeah. Same thing for me.
And he was really
Yeah.
bad. And I'll tell you what, I felt bad for the kid. I did. When I say kid, I mean kid. He was 22 years old. And we're all in our we are all in our. My friend was 38, so
By himself?
by himself.
Ooh!
There's no assistant
I
there.
can see how that would
There's no assistant there. And as somebody who is in the professional wedding industry, watching this
You
is-
saw that and you were like,
at first I'm like, well, this is karma because whatever. I was being a little petty, but then I felt bad. I really did feel bad for him because do you know that my friends, when we all got Liddy at that wedding, they asked, hey, this DJ is just not playing. He's just not good. And I'm like, I'm just here. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And they're like, yo, go.
One little fin, one little
Go
fin.
ask him. Just go ask
Throw
him
him a
for
life
one
vest.
song. Ask him for one song. You know, when I went up to the guy, he's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you came up to me. And I'm like,
Did he knew that what you did?
he knew because my boy who got married said, you know what? If you're having problems, go talk to that guy over there.
oh.
Damn.
I mean, that's good and bad in a way. But,
I don't want to be
That's
that guy.
good and
though.
horrible.
I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to be that guy though.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I've been to so many weddings where my friends have done this to me. You know, they're like, "Yo, you're not going to DJ at the wedding." Fine. He's like, "Yo, we got you a plate. We got you a. We want you
Like,
to
hang out. Just be.
Just
You're our friend.
And
not
for one
enjoy
day,
it.
don't
Be a
be for
guest.
one day. Don't
Yes.
be a DJ, man. Just come hang
Yes.
out, and I enjoy it. But I'm looking at who they hired, and this happens, and the guy's got, like you said, Josh. He's just got this rack, a laptop, and two speakers, and he's got like two Sam Ash lights sitting on top of a shelf.
To me, those are not like. There's a difference between a DJ and at that
A
point
company.
you're
He said he just started 6 months ago.
that kid is
I
no
believe it.
different than
DJing for
iTunes.
6
Yes.
months.
The kid's no different. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
you mean
I-
you've been on iTunes playlist for 6 months?
Well, you know, the thing is, I've traveled to DJ, and you have to do weddings.
Yep.
And, even my own friends, like, in a
He's
couple
getting
weeks, I
5
have
or
to.
6 weddings a month.
Yeah.
These people are giving him 5 or 6 money. He's like,
believe
oh,
it.
this is my 5th. This is my 3rd wedding this week. I said, you're getting booked. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he's probably only doing it for like $400 or $500.
I asked him.
That's another thing.
I said, you don't have to tell me. And it's a different market, right? It's in Ohio.
Yeah, but there's.
But I told him, you don't have to tell me, but how much are you getting paid for this? And he's like, oh, I make just that. I make about anywhere between $400 to $600 a wedding.
So the satellite company is making all the money.
Oh, they're taking
for sure.
Because my buddy told me how much they pay for that.
What is? Because I've never dipped my toes into this field. As far as wedding DJ, like I would think at least like $3,000 for
Everyone's
It
price
depends.
is different.
Everybody, everyone's.
Everyone's.
I love that answer.
I don't.
Everybody's everybody.
Everyone's in this broad spectrum. It's just like clubs.
$1 billion.
It's just like bars. Minimum should definitely be no less than $1,000 for 4 hours for a reception.
Yes.
Very, very basic.
it all matters packages. If you have
What do they
what
want,
you're bringing,
all that
you know what I
stuff.
mean?
Yes.
Like I'm very, very basic when it comes to my weddings.
Yeah.
But like in a couple of weeks, I have to fly home for a wedding.
I thought you said you were done for that.
No. I'm not DJing.
Oh, okay, you're joining.
He's a
No,
guest.
I'm a guest.
He's a guest.
He's going to be the judge.
And
He's going to be the guy in
here's
the
one
corner.
reason why. I have one of my friends booked for the wedding.
So you
but
know
they
what you're
asked
getting
you,
into.
They asked you for somebody. Is that what happened? Your friend?
So no,
Can
it
you
wasn't that
recommend
they asked
somebody?
me. No, it wasn't even that. They asked me if I can DJ. I said, hey, no, I want to enjoy myself. I'm only going to be able to come up there for 24 hours. I'm literally flying in Friday at midnight, and I'm literally leaving at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So I told them, listen, I can't do it. Here's a recommendation. I said, here's my recommendations of 6 DJs from basically
Man, you
not
give a
really
whole
top
bunch
to
of
bottom.
lists.
No, because I have my 6 DJs that I recommend up there because they're my good friends. And if I'm attending and I bring my laptop, I know that they have 2 USB ports on their controllers.
You could
so
just
if
jump
I
in.
do want to jump on,
Are you
I wasn't
taking
even
your
allowed to
laptop?
do that.
I may because the airline that I'm taking, I can bring 2
But
bags on.
why are you gonna do that though? Why are you gonna do that?
Why am I gonna do what?
Why are you gonna bring your laptop?
Because I may play. It's a
They
50-50.
wanted him to play.
They wanted me to play. It's a 50-50
That's
thing.
the only reason
'Cause
why
here's the thing.
I-
Here's
I-
the boy.
I- So
Is your
would've
boy,
been
is your boy gonna get
Desmond
upset?
pop up
that-
said-
No, he
Yeah.
knows. No, he knows. He knows I got him the gig.
All right.
No, he knows.
That's different.
And,
That's different.
and that's the thing. He knows I got him the gig because he was like, "Oh, thank you very much." He's like, "I appreciate it." I was like, "Yeah, I got you. I'm giving you the gig because I don't want to take it." And I could have booked it myself and then added him into it and then had them pay for my flight and all that stuff like that and called it a day. But I didn't because I got flyer miles, so I just used my mileage and
It's no loss for you, really.
so, there's no loss.
Yeah,
There-
That
there's
was a
no
flex
loss.
right there.
Good little flex right there.
Yeah.
No, it's there's no loss. So
I love those airline miles.
Miles, baby.
y'all are more mileage than I am because somebody's going on a trip real soon, so we won't be recording in a couple of weeks.
Yo.
And then probably somebody else is going to go on a trip next month too.
Let's go. Somewhere- where we going?
Hey, Josh, Josh too.
Josh wants to go.
We all
Josh
outside?
said he wants to go to DR.
Check it out.
Josh said he wants to go to DR. So
I heard you've been
Oh,
to Medellin.
Hey, that's what they call
Pueblito or whatever they call it.
Poblado.
Joshua.
That's it just amazes me seeing people that like live in that culture. Just it's totally, the people are so happy with minimal. Like
want a
here,
DJ
we
out
want
there.
so much,
Yeah.
and they're just
Yeah.
fucking happy to be there. It's
Yep.
beautiful there. Like coming out of that like tunnel and you see the city. It's like wow, like that was. I like stuff like that. I love traveling, but that's
Yo, you want a DJ
part of-
wedding for me next week?
No.
I love that answer. It's like, no.
oh my god,
I tried.
Well, hold on. How much?
if
Draw the
check
line
is-
at the check.
Draw the line at the check.
if I feel safe doing it, yeah.
I'll
yeah,
try and see if they want the oomsums for 2 hours.
Yeah, hey, I'd be all about it.
Well,
I'll
I think we should just
skydive
end here.
in and
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
I think we should just end here. I think
That's
this is
good.
pretty good. I don't think we need to do the charts tonight.
No.
Nah.
We'll touch
Yeah.
about next week. We ain't touch
Yeah,
about
yeah,
next
we'll talk
That's
about
cool.
next week.
Okay, we'll talk about
Yeah.
next time.
charts. What happened to charts? No.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But Josh, thank you for being our first guest on.
Thank you.
The
Check out my new
podcast.
single. It comes out on the 25th.
Yes, give everybody your socials.
The new song is God. I got so many coming out.
Well,
one that's
can we do
dropping.
all of them? Give me some exclusiveness.
The new one is The Signal. If you've watched the Netflix series The Signal, where the kid's saying hello, hello, I sampled
Is that where the visuals are from? Or I saw you doing some visuals.
I
for
AI'd that for the visuals, but
Okay.
I sampled.
Wait. Don't talk to him about AI.
Yeah, I don't get along with AI.
He's
Horrible.
Again, dinosaur Ricky.
yeah, hey, look.
Hunter Gather Ricky.
Motherfuck.
Cro-Magnon Ricky. But yeah, so I saw the TV series The Signal. I think it's a German series, and it's on Netflix. And it's about they send these people out to space, and they're in the space station, and they're listening
this
for.
makes sense now.
They're listening for signals coming outside of Earth, and they have one of their satellites pointed out, and the lady's sitting there one day, she's like doing the late night shift, and she just hears like a kid's voice, and it's like hello, and it just keeps repeating hello.
So are you hinting the track right here?
Yeah, it has a sample in it. Yes.
Okay.
So it has that sample and it's hello, 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 and they figure out that the signal's getting closer to them, so it's coming towards them, and they're like, she's calculating it, and she's like, shit, it'll be here in like 4 years, blah blah blah, and it'll be here. So she comes back down to Earth, and God, I'm ruining this show for anybody, but whatever. Yeah, sorry, spoiler alert. If you don't know, turn off
There it
everything,
is.
mute everything.
End the episode here if you're gonna watch the show.
So watch it. It's actually really good. And then come to find out, she gets, she ends up getting like Clinton because she
Clinton.
Yo, what?
So yeah,
She ends up getting
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
All right.
she ends up getting
even more
Clinton.
spoiler alert.
Yeah. So her
Around
husband
getting
and stuff,
Clinton in this shit.
they know where the signal's coming, and the signal finally comes in. They see this like asteroid coming in, and they're like, "Oh, this is the aliens." Well, it like lands, and it come to find out it's the Voyager space probe. And if any of you are familiar with the Voyager space probe, they sent into deep space.
No.
No, God, I'm the only nerd here.
Yeah. You
So,
I'm just when I listen to this track, I better be going through this entire Netflix series when I listen to this new
Watch it, and then listen to the track. You're here.
Are you telling a story through the song?
Not really.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it's cool that you use the show and a sample off of that too.
So believe it or not, the show used that sample. They took it from something else too. So this is where the story is. The Voyager space.
And you use whosample.com.
Yeah, who sampled who? So the funny thing is, years I want to say in the 70s or maybe late 60s. I don't know the exact time frame. So we sent the Voyager space probe in deep space. It's the furthest thing out in our galaxy, whatever. And it has a map of the cosmos and stuff on how to get back to Earth, just in case someone does find it. It also has a gold record on it, and it says hello, and in many different languages, from every language on Earth that we have. So in case someone picked it up, they can understand it and stuff like that. Ours in English has a little kid saying hello and welcome from the children of planet Earth. And I took that sample. So I found the Voyager space probe on the NASA archives, the actual
original.
sample from the gold record, and took that and put that in the song.
oh, that's lit.
Damn.
That's lit. Des just got abducted by aliens, but
Don't mind him.
don't mind. We're down.
Last episode we had a different type of.
Last episode there was a flood in the office, and now Des has been abducted by aliens.
He had that pizza. I think he's doing number 2
Yo,
right now.
he's
He's squeezing the Charmin. I thought I heard. I have in-ears, and I thought I heard some moaning. Am I not?
yo.
My kids didn't pick that up, but I told him.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it?
He can hear Josh can hear everything right now. He can feel it in his soul.
I thought I heard it.
Yo,
Welcome back. Welcome back.
do you feel? Why is it always you?
Was it a number 1 or 2? That was the quickest
It
number
was
2
a
of
one and a
anything.
half.
It is a 1.5. It's a 0.5.
That's a one.
It was a 0.5.
That's like when you squeeze out a little nugget, like bloop, and it goes
man.
clip, right
No.
into the toilet.
All right, listen.
That's a sample. We should sample that, put that in a song. The water droplet.
That's a cool space story you got there. I gotta go.
I had
Hello
to
and
sneeze.
welcome for the children of
no,
planet
no. Josh, I had to sneeze. In the last episode, I sneezed, and they kept it in
man.
The thing?
in the video. So I was like, instead of me
This was
embarrassing
definitely
myself
staying.
again and sneezing all over myself and all over the camera and over the mic,
You don't want to spread COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going down that road.
No. I just didn't want to sneeze again and then it become a blooper again. It was just easier for me to
It
step
already
away.
did.
Why do you want to be in a
Either
blooper?
way.
Come on. Now you got it. Now we just think you took a poo, so that's even a better blooper.
No.
Josh, what's your socials? Let the people
Yeah,
know.
let the people know. My bad.
So
That's why we got a great editor with his Netflix flair.
Instagram, Josh Lawrence Music, JoshLawrenceMusic.com, Beatport, iTunes, Josh Lawrence. Be careful, there is a jazz guy out there, so that's he's
lit.
Yeah, so if you see Josh Lawrence and a guy holding a trumpet, that's not me. But yeah, I mean, I should do a collab with that guy.
Yeah, you should.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because
You
he's
should.
actually, from what I
Josh
understand,
Lawrence Squared.
I've kind of like researched him a little bit. He's the real deal. He's pretty good. So, and he's got tracks out. He's done I think he's actually done a house track with somebody. So
Bring back electro swing. Timmy Trumpet may not like
Dun,
that,
dun, dun,
but
dun.
whatever. It's fine.
Timmy.
That's a whole other day and another
Yeah.
subject. All right, fellas. Well, thank you again, Josh, for
Thank you,
coming out
guys.
here for episode 4. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Possibly.
You
We'll
guys,
see.
you guys fulfilled my technical rider, which was a bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Hey, don't tell anybody that one now.
Everybody,
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
gonna
the
have
special
demands
treatment.
now.
I got the Jolly Rancher bag.
That's every time Ricky shows up late for a recording.
No one knows, but it's
Hold on,
only
I don't have a
cherry
car
in there.
right now.
That's the only
So-
ones I'm taking.
I feel attacked.
All right,
End this
well,
episode now.
All right.
You want to hear a funny story about Cherry
I'm
Jolly
out.
Ranchers?
I'm out.
It's real quick. So I would go play. My friend had a club in Fort Myers, and he owned a plane, and he would come pick me up in Daytona all the time. So we'd land in Page Field, and every time in Page Field, you go to the FBO. It's where you land like private planes, stuff like that. So we'd pull up, and I'd go in. We'd come through the like sliding door off the tarmac, and there was a candy jar, and they had Cherry Jolly Rancher or Jolly Ranchers in it. And I would go through there, and I was playing there like every other week, and I'd go through and pick all the Cherry Jolly Ranchers out, and I took them all. So this is probably like 6-7 months later.
Jolly Rancher.
I go there and I go through the jar and I'm looking and I'm like, there's no cherry left. I was like, what the hell? I was like so depressed. I was like, there's no Cherry Jolly Ranchers. And the lady looks at me. She's like,
It was
I got you. She opened up the door. She's like, I already picked out all the cherry for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
I
so-
was like, I was like, at a point, I was like, is this what, like, the next, is this almost like what making it is like?
yeah.
On a peasant
I would say so.
Plot
peasant
twist.
style way is that I get all my Cherry Jolly Ranchers.
Plot
I
twist.
would say that.
Her name, yo, plot twist. Her name was Grimes.
And with that, we're calling it.
We're calling it. Follow us on the podcast, Just a Tip DJ podcast on all social media.
Hopefully she doesn't have any technical difficulties at the airport. That'd
YouTube.com.
be really bad.
YouTube.com / the DJ
goes
Plug.
down.
Like, comment, subscribe right now. Fellas,
Hit
good
that
night.
like button, man. Hit that like button.
See
Thank you
y'all
guys.
real
Have
soon.
fun.
Thank you again,
Peace out.
Josh. Peace.
We out.